What is up, Critics? Welcome back to the series where I customize and review past DLC and OG vehicles. Never got the chance to because I didn't start making car customization videos till about late 2015. Again, guys, let me know in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you want to see me customize next, and I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So in today's video, we're going to be customizing the Pegassi Reaper. So this car came out with the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony update in June of 2016. It can be purchased from a Legendary Motorsport website for about $1.6 million, and it is the cover car of the Legendary Motorsport website, which is pretty cool. Now, in terms of performance, the Reaper isn't all that great. It's around the pace of the OG Pegassi Infernus and around 30th place for lap time, which isn't all that great for a car that's going to cost you about $1.8 million with upgrades. Plus, as you'll see here shortly, this car barely has any customization options either. However, I think the main purpose of the Reaper is its phenomenal exterior styling, and of course it has a great driving experience as well. But anyways, in terms of what the Reaper is based on, it's primarily based on the Lykan Hypersport mixed with the Lamborghini Huracan, so definitely a very strange combination there, but I think the result is honestly a great looking car. It really is, at least to me. And for those of you who are true Lamborghini enthusiast, you might notice that the stock wheels on this car are almost identical to the ones on the Lamborghini Aventador SV, which is just super cool how Rockstar kind of took that wheel design and put it on this car. So a very strange combination. You have a Lykan Hypersport mixed with Huracan styling with Aventador SV wheels. Very, very weird, but that's Rockstar. They do weird stuff like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the Reaper.
What are we doing today?
Alright, Reaper. Alright, we got armor, brakes, engine, lights. Throw some xenons on there. Those lights are gorgeous. I love the design on there. Very nice. Continuing, license plate. So I already got my Lykan plate on there. Obviously, you know, it's mixed with the Huracan, but I mean, I think since we already have a Huracan in the game, we can sort of mainly push this one to be more the Lykan, so that's why I put the plate on there. Alright, continuing. Color. So for this, I'm thinking of a candy red. I think it looks really good on this car. A lava red also looks really good. This color here, but I think the candy red just really makes it look good, so we're gonna end up doing that. We're gonna do the Cabernet red, or maybe we'll go a tad bit lighter. We'll do the garnet red. See here with the Torino red pearlescent. I'm not feeling that one too much. Let's see here, the Grace red with the Torino red, or the Cabernet red. It's like very traditional. I put that on a lot of my cars. The Cabernet red with the Torino red pearl. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, that's a ticket right there. Like kind of like darker. That looks really good. All right, we'll do that. A secondary color on this car is actually, believe it or not, it's the intakes on the motor, which is kind of weird. Kind of like the engine cover there. Very strange. Very, very strange the way they did that. But I guess we'll just paint them red to match. We'll just do a bright red, I suppose. A formula red, I guess. Criblum. Oh, and it also is the interior stitching as well for the secondary color. Let me go here so you can see it changing. There you go. Boom. So interior stitching and the engine cover. Very strange. Criblum for this car goes on the side of the door, both sides. Rear spoiler. So you have a couple different options here. That one and that one. The last two I feel are a bit too wide for this car. They just stick out too far for my taste. I think the low level is perfect. So we'll do that. I mean, this car also looks really good without a spoiler at all, but honestly, you know, it doesn't look too bad. A nice ducktail on this car would have looked insane, or an active spoiler that would have been phenomenal on this car, but we got the normal spoilers. That's fine. It doesn't look too bad. Suspension. Let's see here. I guess we'll slam it. Transmission, turbo,
Stick to the speed limit.
wheels. Okay, so I do really love these stock wheels, but they're just too big. They look like they're 22-inch wheels or something. They're just way too big for this car, at least to me. And if I go here on a track wheel, you can see the difference in size. I mean, they're just huge, these wheels. They're just way too big for my taste. If they were smaller, I wouldn't have mind, especially if you could paint them. So you cannot paint these stock wheels. I thought it would maybe keep the chrome lip and then let you change just the color of the spokes, but unfortunately not. So we're gonna change them. The closest wheel to that one, I believe, is the Forge Star right here. I think that's part of the closest you're gonna get to that kind of like design. But I mean, there's a ton of different wheels you can put on this car that look really good, and I think I'm honestly gonna go with the Forge Star. It's not a wheel I put very commonly on some of my cars. You know, I rarely put that wheel, and I think it looks really good on this car, especially when we paint it in black, which we're gonna do. It just looks a lot better. I mean, it really makes this car look really sinister and aggressive, especially with that really mean front end. I think these wheels go very well with it. Okay. Windows, I guess we'll just black it out. To be honest, I really dislike this interior. It's pretty bad. I mean, it's just the old Zentorno Turismo interior. I don't like it. And you can see how it's just been reused with so many cars that the texture, first of all, the texture is completely off. Look at the door handle and stuff there. That's just awful. And especially on the passenger side, well, both sides, but you can see it here in this view the best. I mean, when the door closes, that door panel is just shifted so far back, that kind of cutout for where it's supposed to come in contact with the dash, it's just super far apart. It's a mess, this car. So that's why I'm blacking out the tints. I don't want to see that interior. just doesn't go well with this. They really should have put a new interior in this car when they designed it, because to me, reusing that interior was a big mistake for a car at this price point. But the exterior still looks phenomenal and sounds pretty good too. Also, some other things I would have liked would have been a nice exhaust tips, because these, I don't know, I like the way they have like the squares. It's a bit different, but then the way they, I don't know, they like flasket it inwards, and then it just doesn't look right. It's like it folds itself to like a hole at the center. I don't know. I haven't really seen an exhaust design like that, with a tiny little hole in the center, and then it just looks weird. really strange. But other than that, other than those few little things, I think this car is still phenomenal. And that's something you really got to think about. You know, you're spending this much money on this car. Little things like that can make or break something that's gonna cost you almost $2 million with upgrades. But all right, let's rev it up a bit. Sounds pretty good. First person. Oh man, this interior is awful. Okay, let's get out of that view. Alright, let's floor it here. Wow, very good acceleration. I mean, it is a supercar, so not bad. Not bad at all. It's moving pretty good. Wow. Not bad at all. I mean, the thing is, with the supercar class currently in GTA, I mean, there's just so many fast cars in that class. It's just ridiculous and very difficult to keep up. I mean, when GTA first came out, the fastest car in that class, or on a track, not in top speed, on a track, was the Entity XF. You know, it had the handling and braking over the adder, and that was the best for pretty much every track that wasn't top speed based. And that car currently, I think it sits in like 28th place or something like that for lap time for most tracks. So I mean, you can see over the years we've gotten a lot of supercars that are just ridiculously fast, and this thing is around that 30th place. So you know, if this was an OG car, it would be a competitive one, but definitely not currently in GTA, especially back in 2016 when you had the Zentorno and all that stuff at that time, which was just a lot faster on a track. But the Reaper, I mean, it's a great driving car. It's pretty quick. It's not slow. It's also rear-wheel drive, which lets you have some fun and get the back end out. You know, it's a great car. It really is. mess around there, take some corners. I think you can mid-drive it as well pretty easily. Give it a second here. There you go. Mid-drive it there very easily. Not bad. Very, very fun. The fine little details though I talked about earlier, that interior, I think that's the biggest letdown of this car. The lack of customization, those very strange exhaust tips. Yeah. Few little things here and there, but even with those things, I still personally really like the car. I do. There's something about these cars that are very expensive that are kind of underwhelming, I want to say, because they're so pricey, most people don't have them, and then they're not at the top of their class or even nowhere near that, and very few people buy them, and that's kind of like what I like, something that most people in GTA don't have, and I think that's definitely what this car is. You know, it's a kind of like a forgotten supercar for the most part, except for when they brought it back to the casino podium. Then a bunch of people got it from there, but the people who weren't online that week, they don't have this car. I'm willing to bet most of them don't have it, but I still really like it. But let's open all the doors and stuff here, and this is the same car I've had since day one, by the way. Alright, oh, I didn't even know the front trunk opens, so that's nice. Look at that. They even put in the work for the latching area there. Not bad. Again, 2016. This interior, man, please. It's so bad. And of course, nothing opens back here. Yeah. Alright, well, not too bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you like the Reaper. If you feel it's a bit overpriced, I think it's a bit overpriced for what it is. This car should be, I'd say, $1 million flat, considering what it is a good price for it. 1.6 million though, that's a bit of a yikes. You know, with upgrades, you're touching about 1.8 million with upgrades, even $1.9 million, depending on how crazy you are with paint jobs and wheels and stuff like that. So it can get pricey very quick, but at the end, you still have a very cool-looking and aggressive car from 2016 that I think it's something that's a keep. It really is, and something that's a great car to bring to like a super or hyper car show or car meet that most people won't have. You know, you get the typical Emirates, Krieger, T20, and all that stuff. You don't really see these too often. Well, anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Remember to let me know down below in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you want to see me customize next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.